ups and downs you're going to deal with.
Whitlock with the windup. First pitch comes home, and it's a strike at Orioles this year batting .242. He's had 5 long balls. And a guy who was the first 30 for 30 in Orioles history last year. 30 home runs. Skies this one out behind the infield that it's shifted to the right. It sends 2 back. Devers backtracking now in front of Kike Hernandez.
Helps you, especially with the twilights. Starting at this time.
Trey Mancini takes a strike in that position. Trey, of course, doing a little bit of everything this year.
Maybe most satisfying for them, pitched the 9th inning when they eliminated the Yankees.
Mancini gets set down here. Santander, switch hitter, batting .219 on the year. But again, another guy who souvenir into the
exciting series against the Yankees, and Santander had the walk-off 3-run home run in Thursday's game.
And twice while the Yankees were in Baltimore, and then a couple times to right field right over Judge's head in that series. They played 2 down. Whitlock. We're gonna have a little bit of a battle here.
Well, I'll tell you, on to sort of get himself in a position where he can come out and give it a solid start.
Santander skies this one out to right. 3 back. And they'll be called off by Jackie Bradley Jr. 1, 2, 3. Such good communication and relationships with them. We'll see what tune-ups he can make for the second as the Red Sox put up the second against Garrett Whitlock. Right fielder batting .283. Hayes this year as he chops one back to third. Devers plays it back. The throw across is in time.
That he actually had a tackle on somebody that you're probably familiar with, Christian McCaffrey. So not bad, Adley.
Oh, wow.
He said, "You're the kicker, right?" yeah, I'm the kicker, and I just tackled you after trying to make a run. It was time to just focus on that and to preserve my health as well. So he hung up his football career, and he continued. But of course, M&T Bank, where the Ravens play, is right across the other. And it's the Ravens. They have Justin Tucker with the 66-yarder. And the 2 of them.
And I said, I know you're not playing football, but if you had to.
Rutschman on the ground. The shift is on. Bogarts with the out.
He guessed that
he usually comes over to the park every now and then. Ryan Mountcastle with 2 outs. He's another guy who's moved all around defensively, coming up in the system. But now settling in as the first baseman and the designated Red Sox defense right there on the left. 3 pitches and a strikeout of Ryan Mountcastle. Whitlock earns 6 runs on 62 pitches. As a first look at Rougned Odor for Garrett.
Right now, Whitlock.
A reliever talked about as one of the best Rule 5 pickups last season. Odor slams this one out to right, but right to Jackie Brad. Pitches and is the third baseman Ramon Urias. 220 on the year. Started the season splitting time at third with Kelvin Gutierrez. Now see Chris Owings among a few others as they shift things around. Urias stays on the infield. And the throw from Story to first, 2 down, but 2 outs for Garrett Whitlock. He faces the shortstop, Jorge Mateo. You've seen him defensively as he takes a first pitch strike. A long offensive inning while your team stays rolling and knowing your game plan.
I mean, just watching him, he didn't work.
He actually does venture far from the rubber in that he has the tied for the longest extension from the rubber.
That's the thing. He just snaps back. It's a rubber band. Oh, tough call for Jorge. The O's, and they keep the Red Sox off the board in the third. Garrett Whitlock to the man we just had mic'd. That's a lot to focus on. I mean, you got to be locked in. You're listening to us, and you're reading everything on the field.
For me as a player, take my mind off the game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get caught up in like everything that's going on. I was always cool with that. We didn't have this back in the day, but.
But you would have been cool with
I would have been super cool. I would have wore the whole game.
Well, we got you mic'd up for the whole game tonight.
Well,
so
I
that
don't know
was
if you
the
want to hear
plan.
me now. I'm washed up.
Been quite a surprise in the best of ways for the Orioles. Payoff. Straight up. Vasquez with the mask off. Back plays, and he's got it.
Doing damage in the zone. Early in the season, we're chasing a lot of pitches, but the pitches in the
Dave, you got going on.
Nah, like I said 12 or 15 days ago, if our offense depends on my beard, we're not a good baseball team. But if they wanna, it's a beer, well, so be it.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Brooke, a lot of comments about the and others would, oh hey, and then they'd backtrack and go, whoa.
Yeah, he said the ones who didn't notice. Wow, so much. I liked the beard. I was surprised to see the beard. I was used to him pre-beard.
Well, now you can see Carlos Febles was next in the clean shave, and he said, nah, not yet. He was waiting, though.
Maybe if the offense still wasn't getting hot, but
Anthony Santander. And this is a guy who has had so much into it, and they attached themselves like no other. As he lifts this ball out to right field, Jackie Bradley Jr. on his horse, back at the bullpen. Say goodbye, Anthony Santander. A 2-run shot, and he blasts the O's onto the board. 8th long ball of the year for the outfielder.
Man, that looks kind of cool.
So it's not the same as the Fernando Tatis Jr. solid gold gemstone 6.5-pound chain.
Okay.
this one was brought to them by a fan. He had it just as he's a diehard, dedicated O's fan. They call him the fired up guy.
Hard ball on the ground for Austin Hayes. Beats the infield, and a single for Hayes. I'm fired up. You fired up? They are tonight. Rutschman back up the middle. Red Sox 4-6. Can't get Rutschman, so they'll right over the Orioles bullpen, and they are all about it.
It better be.
Snapped an 0 for 14 for Santander. It was a wicked hack. Mountcastle, looper into shallow right field, down for a base hit. Around second, digging in for third goes Rutschman. There's a look at those wheels for Adley. Runners. Little fire in that dugout. Oh, right back.
And I was listening, rolling to keep themselves going. Ooh.
Runners on the corners and 2 outs for Odor. And it's Garrett Whitlock who wins the battle. A strikeout, but the Orioles.
The Orioles coming with a plate rival. They did it. They did it. They did it.
Well, first pitch swinging here for Ramon Urias.
You make a good play and come up the next inning, right?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that happen quite a bit.
I know it's kind of a biased opinion, but I feel like I've seen that from Urias more than gets a little energy, but I don't have the actual hard data on that. It's a feel thing.
Is that something our stats crew?
If I wish we could track. Odds and ends. Jorge Mateo, ground ball, 6-4. The throw to third. Beats out the speedy Mateo.
No surprise here. Yeah, that makes it 5-0. That was his 12th of the season. Mets tacked on another run to go up. I think that was his 5th of the season. Mel?
LG, you love it as Cedric Mullins sends this one foul to the right. Matt Carpenter.
And I'm just not going.
I feel strongly about this.
Cedric Mullins, a loop over the head of Rafael Devers, and a 2-out hit. Cedric's first of the night. He'll extend the 5th.
I think
The Yankees last year, and it was tough for him. They put him at third. First pitch to Trey Mancini, but he had to shake. Mortified. They were afraid of me without the beard. So it's better for him this year.
I think a baseball player. Well, they wouldn't sue them though. We could see if the Yankees would force them, and then they would have like that case. I don't think there's legal
here. He gets just a piece of this one as it rolls foul.
I mean, I can only imagine for just getting them through it.
Mancini, a drive into left field. Oh, diving play. Alex Verdugo. He 8-2 Red Sox as Garrett Whitlock continues to deal. Comes home to
base rate and increasing his walk rate, and he's done a pretty good job with that so far, and he can attest it to a drill that he does at watch a pitch all the way in. If he hits the medicine ball, he knows it fell in the go zone, and if he'll identify that location as one in which he'll swing. If it doesn't hit the ball, he'll consider it a good take. So this is a hitting drill in by new hitting coaches Ryan Fuller and Matt Borg-Schulte, you know, that aims to really eliminate chase swings and focus on the heart of the zone, guys.
Brooke, it's been really interesting to see the
to what 78 pitches before the game. Cora said that he'd likely end one year.
His career high 82 pitches back on the 10th against Atlanta. Both stellar surprises in the bullpen last year. Both moved into the rotation this year as Hayes fouls. But for Whitlock, they absolutely love him here as Hayes sends it right back to him. Underhand toss to first, and Whitlock. 2 outs for Adley Rutschman. Like Santander, a switch hitter. He's got 2 outs. Rutschman with a shot high out to right, backs up Jackie Bradley Jr. in front of the track, and he's got it. Garrett Whitlock through 6, just 1 home run. It's 8-2 Red Sox.